So apparently, you shouldn't comment on YouTube videos because you might offend somebody. No, we don't want to offend anyone. Oh, Jesus Christ. So the other day, actually about a year ago, I was watching an album on YouTube. Easter Everywhere by the 13th Floor Elevators. And if you haven't heard of the 13th Floor Elevators, I don't blame you. They're a somewhat obscure psychedelic rock band from the 1960s. From Texas. One of the pioneers of psychedelic rock. And I really do like this band. Their lead singer and guitarist, Rocky Erickson, recently passed away about a week ago. At, I think it was 71 or 73. And it's sad. He was a cool guy. Apparently had a lot of mental problems from too much drugs. But, you know, cool guy. Anyway, I like the band. I was listening to their album, Easter Everywhere from 1967. And I happened to comment in the comments, criticizing them slightly, just slightly, over one song. The first song, Slip Inside This House. And I said, you know, comments are a little, you know, the lyrics are a little too much. A little too long. Right? It's about an 8-minute song. And about 7 of those 8 minutes, nothing but lyrics. Just a mass of psychedelic, pretty much nonsense lyrics. Right? And boy, did I get hate for saying that. Now, I'm going to read you some of these lyrics on my computer here. Bedoin tribes ascending from the egg into the flower, alpha information sending, state within the heaven shower, from disciples the unending subtleties of river power, they slip inside this house as they pass by. If your limbs begin dissolving in the water that you tread, all surroundings are evolving in the stream that clears your head. Find yourself a caravan like Noah must have led, and slip inside this house as you pass by. Blah, 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 blah. There's no season when you're grown. You're always risen from the seeds you've sown. There's no reason to rise alone. Other stories given have sages of their own. Blah, 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 blah. More lyrics, more lyrics, more lyrics, more lyrics. All your lightning waits inside you, travel it along your spine. 7 stars receive your visit, 7 seals remain divine. 7 churches filled with spirit, blah, 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 blah. Slip inside this house. Whatever. It goes on for like 8 minutes. Yeah. So I comment, and I just say, this was about a year ago, the lyrics are mostly nonsense, psychedelic lyrics. Go on and on for 8 minutes. Nothing too amazing. I like the song. Still like the song. But could have been less lyrics and more instrumental. Instrumental. I should have put an S at the end. Yeah. And boy, these people don't like it. This person, Burbeck, comments, lyrics have heavy religious overtones mixed with drug experience. Comma. I don't know why there's a comma there. Whatever. Good for the heads. Whatever that means. But not really for Joe Public. Who the hell is Joe Public? Am I Joe Public? I think most psychedelic lyrics are mostly bullshit. That Joe Public or the drug experience would just go, just some nonsense I came up with. I mean, that's just me. Maybe a lot of psychedelic rock songs have very, very deep, specific meanings, but I think most are just kind of nonsense people write together. Like John Lennon specifically wrote, I Am the Walrus to be complete nonsense. Same with many of his other songs. Here's another person, Psychedelic Clipper, which is the person who uploaded this video. They own the channel. And they said, Mickey Richards, the lyrics are too deep for you. Kind of joking around a little, but no, they're not. They're pretty cheesy, obnoxious psychedelic rock lyrics. And I said, they're probably not. They're not horrible, but they are nothing amazing. I should have clarified, but oh well. I said what I said. And he responds, Psychedelic Clipper, Tommy Hall's writing. Tommy Hall is the lead guitarist with Stacy Sutherland. I think Tommy Hall was the jug player. That's right. They had an electric jug It was kind of a cool sound. One of the few, if only, bands to have that. So yeah, it was kind of cool. An electric jug. I guess they put a little microphone into a jug. A jug player. And it sounded cool. Anyway, Tommy Hall's writing is like psychedelic Bob Dylan. I don't know if I agree with that. Show me something you've written yourself that's comparable. I've actually written quite a lot. Nothing comparable to that, of course, but, I'm not that deep, I guess. Otherwise, I'll take your opinions as a load of crap. So, in order for me to criticize something and say, I think the lyrics are a little too much, too cheesy, to go on too long, in order for me to say that, I have to write lyrics myself that are deep. Get the fuck out of here. Right? You don't have to be an expert to criticize something. Okay? Get out of here. People say Syd Barrett wrote nonsense lyrics too. Probably did. And the literacy world said the same about Lewis Carroll and James Joyce. Oh my. There will always be someone who doesn't agree. That's me. I've personally not found anything comparable and spiritually in depth as Tommy's writing in all of rock music. In all of rock music. Wow, that's a big, bold statement. You must not listen to a lot of rock music. It was the best you can find. Because it's good, but it's the best you can find. I see modern bands like Tool trying to write spiritual stuff, but it just comes off as simplistic and corny. My opinion. Well, in my opinion, this lyrics come off as obnoxious and overdone. Obnoxious and corny. So yeah. And this other person, Adam Gifford, here's what they had to say. Mickey Richards, wow. Consider this probably the greatest song in history. Really bold statement there that I completely disagree with. Certainly that I've ever heard. Well, you must not have heard a lot of music then if you think it's the best music ever. Because it might be good, but the best music ever? I don't think so. When I first heard this track, I thought similar to you. That was before my interest in esotericism. Which I looked up earlier. It's a really complicated religious term. Western esotericism. Also called esotericism or esoterism, or sometimes Western mystery tradition, is a term used which scholars have categorized a wide range of loosely related ideas and movements which are developed in Western society. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Anyway, lyrics are a poetic exploration of knowledge traditionally gained in mystery schools. Whatever that means. It's an astonishing piece, believe me. Well, I don't believe you. I don't believe in mystery schools. I think it's mostly bullshit they wrote down. Okay? This person, Wilford Martin, says, the elevators aren't philosophically accessible to everyone like popular groups were. Many people's belief systems and delusions preclude them from understanding Rocky and Tommy's descriptions of existence and the universe. Okay, let me get something straight. Okay? These are a bunch of late teens, early 20-year-old guys in Texas. Smoking pot, drinking alcohol, doing LSD, getting high and writing cheesy lyrics and playing in someone's garage. They're not super, super deep, okay? They just wrote psychedelic rock. Garage band, okay? It's not the greatest, deepest philosophy or whatever in the world. It's fucking psychedelic rock from 1967. Get out of here. And this person says the worst thing of all. Mickey Richards, just keep your negative opinions to yourself, okay? Oh, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to have my negative opinions on YouTube. I had no idea. I assumed, wrongfully, that the YouTube comments were placed where you can post your opinion, where you could criticize something. I thought that was the whole point of YouTube fucking comments. But I guess not. I guess you can't constructively criticize and say, hey, I'm not a big fan of the song. I guess you can't do that. I guess that's a fucking no-no. Ooh, I'm in the wrong now, bitch ass. Fucking Shit. Fucking if you prevented people from expressing their opinions, there would be no YouTube videos, there would be no comments. Negative opinions, half the YouTube comments would be gone, and half the YouTube videos would be gone. So, crazy, dude. I'm not even shitting like, hey, fuck this band, you pieces of shit. I'm not spamming, I'm not trolling, I'm just saying, not a big fan of the song. Maybe if it had like a couple minutes of lyrics and then some long instrumentals or some stretched out psychedelic instrumentals or something, that would have been cool. Not a huge fan of all the lines after lines after lines after lines after lines after lines after lines of lyrics. But oh no, I can't say that on fucking YouTube. That's a fucking no-no. And you get a lot of these people on YouTube. It's not just this video. It's all over YouTube now, especially in music. You have these people who are glorifying like they're gods. And there are bands I like, but it's like, they're just people. Jesus. To the Doors, And somebody was commenting, oh, Jim Morrison is one of the greatest poets ever. He's just a true legend. Nobody was as great of a poet and a lyricist or whatever as Jim Morrison. He was truly amazing. He's like the best. No one can compare. Like, yeah, he's cool and all, but he's not some holy grail of lyrics. The other day I was listening to Roadhouse Blues. And guess what? Halfway through the song, Jim Morrison is drunk and just goes on a random, just nonsense lyrics. He starts mumbling and making up random nonsense words and then random lyrics that make no fucking sense, that have nothing to do with anything, because he's drunk and it's just crazy shit. That's not deep. That's just Jim Morrison being drunk and I sound drunk. Being drunk and spewing shit out of his ass. So get the fuck out of here. You can't even challenge some of these people. Oh, this comedian is the greatest comedian ever. No one can challenge this person. They're just so great. They're just freaking awesome. Right? Another band, the Beatles. Right? I was watching John Lennon playing Dizzy Miss Lizzy from one of their earlier albums, but he performed it live in 1969. I think it was Toronto. He had a huge beard. He looked pretty cool. And, it was one of those videos where Yoko Ono screaming in the background, yeah, yeah! And everyone's complaining in the comments, oh, God, it just ruins the song because Yoko Ono's screaming. But John tolerated her. Anyway, somebody in comments was like, oh, my God, John Lennon hadn't performed live in like 5 years at that point. It's amazing how well he performed that song. And then someone in the comments nicely comments, yeah, I'm a musician. It's not that hard. It's really only like 3 chords. It's pretty simple. Not the biggest deal in the world. Not that hard. And the person's like, oh, yeah, you can't say that about my John Lennon. You don't dare say it was an easy song. Oh, no. You don't dare say that about John Lennon. Oh, no. Fucking hell, they glorify. Oh, Kurt Cobain is like a legend. Nobody's as good as Kurt Cobain. Ooh, fucking... You watch like freaking even like the Marx Brothers or some shit. Or freaking Groucho Marx. It's like, oh, no one is as witty as Groucho was. In all of history, he's like the greatest. Like, get the fuck out of here. These are good people. They're good at what they do. But like, they glorify the fuck out of them. And when you dare criticize them and go, I disagree. They freak out. Woo! Fuck you. Okay? I'm allowed to express my opinion. I'm not even shitting on someone. I'm just casually going, yeah, not a big fan. So fuck you. Really. I'm allowed to express myself. So get the fuck out of here.